right. It's Dave. Can you guys hear me? Hey, how you doing? All right. I am working from home today, and I'm working from home today, so we're gonna try to do it this way. I got my background blurred, but that's my French cafe picture. All right. Before we begin, does anybody have any questions on anything? No? Okay. Did you enjoy the I know Mr. Davis, did you enjoy the Honka storytelling? All right. All right. So we had our Honka storytelling, which means monster, and Friday. And I think we got some pretty good stories out. I know some people were kind of bashful, but I think we got a lot of interesting stories and everything. I had a lot more, but I wanted people to share. And afterwards, it's kind of like, ooh. My husband was like, I'm kind of scared. But after our class, we did have some, I did have a couple people come up to me, and it wasn't really Honka stories. It was more like things that happened where, somebody passed away and they were sending a message. So it was like a good thing. Like I'm still here, even though my body is not here. Their spirit and their soul is still there. So that was a pretty interesting stories that I heard after the fact. But our beliefs are, well, my belief, should I say, is that just like we don't have goodbye in Muskogee, I believe that I'll see all of my relatives, my ancestors again. So there's no goodbye. So I will see you later. I will see you again. All right. So let's see if we can go and find our song. I know I've been trying to get everything squared away to make it easier for everybody online. And, it's just a constant work and a constant update on what we're trying to get done and trying to present. See if I can pull that up for you guys, and we'll sing our song. We'll get started here. Like I told the class that we will be doing, I will do something. So like in the future. So it's called future two tense, future two tense. There's also future two tense negation. So right now we're doing future two tense. I will do something. You will do something. She will do something. He will do something. It will do something. And then next week, we're going to go to negation because we only have 2 more weeks. We only got 2 more weeks. So that will be dedicated to, I will not do something. I will not cook. I will not clean. I will not sleep. I will not shop. But you guys have picked it up so fast. And it's exciting to know that you guys are now knowing conjugations and what each part of the breakdown means. Like I've told you guys before, now you know what, the or the means, usually I, it means you. And then the open and closed parenthesis is she, he, it, or they. So you guys are, for those of you who haven't been with me for the long time, the long haul, I've got all those notes in there. Like I said, I'm going back through and I'm trying to edit everything so it's easier for you guys to follow through. And you guys are welcome to print everything out there and follow along. And I also want to put that disclaimer out there that not everybody teaches the same, not everybody understands or speaks the same. I have to do that because people come up to me and say, you're speaking that wrong, or you spelled that wrong, or something like that. And of course, as soon as I do that, somebody's trying to text me. But I just want to put that disclaimer out that the way the Muskogee language program teaches is not the only way. It's not the only way to pronounce anything, and it's not the only way to spell things. So, if you find a dictionary or somebody speaks a different way, speak that way. All right, let me see if I can share the screen.
Are we in week 4? I'm sorry, I got here just a tad late today and I missed a couple of weeks, I think, or a couple of. We in week 4 this week?
Yes, week 4.
Mado.
Uh-huh. And Jimmy, are you a fluent speaker? I may have asked you that before.
I am not. No,
Okay,
I'm not.
all right. And are you in the state of Oklahoma?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here in Morris. I'm about 6 miles from the Creek Complex here. I live in Morris, Oklahoma, so I'm about 6 miles from the college and the complex.
Okay, well, welcome. I know I've seen you here before,
Right.
but welcome. And like I said, I'm not a fluent speaker, and it makes sense to me. A lot of the speakers who grew up learning and hearing the language, it doesn't make sense to them because nobody actually sat them down and said, this means this, that means this, you know. So the way I learned is we know what each part of our conjugation means. So that helps a lot of us, but
Well, you know that English is the same way. I mean, if
right.
you said you lived in England, I'm sure
Yeah.
you notice a difference. You notice the difference between how they spell their English words versus how we spell our English words. Some of those things are different, but it's
Right.
English.
Yes. Like they spell tire Tyre instead of Tire. And we were just laughing. We're like, they're spelling things wrong. But you know, that they could probably be saying that the same thing about us. And then you go to the south part of the United States, and they've got that slang, and it's like that southern drawl, but it's still English. So, and that's the same thing with Muskogee and everything is you hear differences, but as long as you can understand people and communicate, you know, I think we're doing good. All right, so let's go ahead and see. Can you guys see the song? Okay.
Inga?
All right.
Yeah. Mhm.
All right, Mado, that always makes me feel good, and it puts a good start onto what we're doing and what we're learning, everything. All right, so I am still working on the new song. It's just sometimes the audio, the song that I have, the words are different, and they sing in a different order. So I have to make sure everything matches up because you'll be seeing something, and you'll be hearing something different. So I've got to sit there and go through everything and just make sure everything matches up because I don't want to confuse us any more than I have to. Because I know learning our language is something new, and it's not like English. And so sometimes we try to fit the English rules into it, but it's not the same. All right, so let me go over the well, let me show you this first. Okay, so when I put in Google Drive everything that I have done so far, I put over here the all infinitives. So you can see the infinitive verbs that we have had in other modules. I am actually in the process of trying to find new infinitive verbs, but going through the dictionary and then making sure from the Mvhayvs that yes, it's truly an infinitive, because everything that ends in ETV is not always an infinitive verb. So I don't want to be teaching you something that's not right. All right. So like I said, all of this is in here. I put all the infinitive verbs over here. You can see words of the day that I had done before. We just now got October. I know we're a little bit late, but October words of the day, I need to upload those this afternoon into Google Drive. The reason why I wanted to do Mvhayv Barnett's list of Muskogee Halloween words is because they're not in the dictionary. I was looking at it and I was like, there's no word for zombie. There's no word for mummy. So what she does is she speaks it, or she teaches it like she speaks. And that's the awesome thing about working with the speakers, is if you have a question, sometimes even in the dictionary is not quite how they learned it or how they know it. So you hear that, oh, I didn't learn it that way, but I learned it this way. So I like to share with you some of the information that you may not get in the dictionary, and is like, wow, I never thought of that. So October is already done. It's got mummy, zombie, Count Dracula. And like I said, it's like, I think she said zombie was Ili, and then breathing. I think that's what she said. So person, dead, breathing, or walking. I think it's breathing. And that would be a zombie. So I thought that was cool. But these are out there for you to look at for words of the day. All the other conjugations, even if you see this one right here, Mvhayv Barnett, it's one I had helped teach for her class. There's some of my words is also in there, but you have some of the handouts that she has. I know right now she doesn't put the handouts out there. I think there's somebody supposed to put handouts out there, but sometimes things get lost in the process. All right, so let's see, week 4. All right, so Yahegada, well, for what this is, like I said, we're conjugating on future 2 tense on what we will do in the future, So I'm going to go cut the grass. I will do that next week, or I will do that, next month, something like that. I will do something. So this is the template I tell everybody that I've made. And these all come from when I was going through learning the Muskogee language. I went formally, College of Muskogee Nation. I also went to another university to learn. They did not have these templates. It's something that I started because it helps us to learn step by step. All right, so you'll see in different modules the different templates. All right, template future 2 tense, template distant future first person. So right here, that's where you put your infinitive verbs, like I showed you guys, the infinitive verbs that we've been using, and it means to do something. So let's talk about hojejida right here. You would type in hojejida, and it means to write. Yes, to write. So hojejida, and you see that it has the ETV ending. I can't do it on here. I don't have my big one board, so you're just going to have to follow me through. So you put hojejida here, and you put to write. You drop your ETV, so it would be hojej, and you drop your ETV. Your verb stem would be right here, hojej. The verb stem on its own does not mean anything. It just means that you're conjugating hojejida, which is to write. And that is like, I want to say, from what I understand, is like the placeholder for the word, write. All right. So right now we're doing L grading, but only in the first person. So first person would be a-the-e, a-the. And you would, instead of a-the, you would put the-e. The reason why we only use the e over here in first person is because our person marker here is an A. You don't put an A and V together. We don't intentionally make diphthongs. So that's why we're, this is the L grading, which is like you said, Ken, before, it's the rules. You add your R-E, the-e, the-e. So hojej, the means will. So you get to see, like I said, the breakdown. This means I, the means will. And you see first person, the. You add your S. S is the period of the sentence. So hojej athes. You see verb stem, you're talking about hojejida was to write. So write. This is your person marker, that's what it means in the sentence. You add your that means will, and you add your S, the end of the sentence. Hojej athes. Hojej athes. I will write. Like I said, I didn't get to write it down for you guys, but that's the first person. And we did cover that last week. I just wanted to go over it again. Let me see if I can see the PowerPoint. I was trying to do a PowerPoint to make it easier for you guys to understand and to follow along, but it takes such a long time. I didn't quite get everything done, but that's okay. All right, so let me start here. This is Yehegeda, which means to sing. Can you guys see that? Okay, all right. Because sometimes I share things and sometimes it doesn't quite catch and you guys don't see it. So Yehegeda, and you just type it right here, Yehegeda, to sing. Kind of, okay, Yehegeda, to sing, right there. You see Yehegeda, to sing, first person, Yehegeda, to sing. You see the ETV is underlined because we're going to drop that. And you see the next line, the red part right here, that's when you drop the ETV. And then you see the verb stem, you just pull it on down, Yeheg. That's the verb stem. Right? You see that going down, we add the that's the person marker, means I, first person. Yes, we're L grading. And like I said, that's the rules for first person, future two tense. You see that you just drop everything down and you put Yeheg thee. That's first person. And then I don't see, let's see. They move that up. Okay, there. I don't know if you guys can see this little toolbar, but I had to move it up. Yeheg these. Yeheg these. You see how each step you add a little thing and you know what it is because I put in our notes what everything means. All right, so let's see. There we go. And so that's what the ending looks like of all of our conjugation. The verb stem right here, Yehegeda, would be Yeheg. Right here. B. S. Yehegathis. Yehegathis. All right, so right here, if you look at the conjugation, there it is. Yehegathis. I will sing. I will sing. And like I said, you can see right here the verb stem right there in red. The person marker right there, that means I. Usually the first person markers would be or which is A or V. And that's how you know you're talking about first person. And your tense marker, that's what's happening, will. So you know that when you see that, it's usually will. And there's the end, Yehegathis, I will sing. So looking at that gets kind of scary. And I've said this before, because you'll sit there and look at Yehegathis, Yehegathis. Just remember when we conjugate it, just take it step by step. Yeheg, this. And that'll help you to get through the, I guess, the stumped marker of, oh my gosh, that's too big. I don't know what you're saying. So just remember, you can always backtrack and pronounce everything in their specific order. Yehegathis, Yehegathis. I will sing. All right. Does anybody have any questions? Like I said, I tried to make it a little easier on this PowerPoint, but it takes such a long time to try to do this. I've only gotten one done. But does anybody have any questions? Did that help show the steps really good? Okay. All right. So since we did that, let's go ahead and we may finish a little early, but that's okay. All right. Template, future two tense, distant future, second person. This is the same template, but it's geared for right here, second person. All right. So you see right here, L grading, but only in first person. So basically, this is saying that there's no L grading for second person right here. It's saying that there's no special rules. So you put your infinitive right here, means to do something. Let's look at what we have. Nizida, to buy. So you put Nizida here, you put to buy. Nizida has the ETV and you put to buy. You put NES because that's the verb stem. The ETV, Nizida, you drop that. So your verb stem would be NES. Yes. Since we're on second person, don't worry about that. This second person is it's. First person, and this is second person. Second person, it's. You will do something. So remember, it's is you. All right. And then since we have it's here, we add the uthi, VRE, uthi, which means will. So verb stem, it's, and will. All right. And then right here, you add your S as declarative ending, meaning meaning period. So Nez Itzk Athis. Nez Itzk Athis. I know it's a tongue twister, and sometimes you can hear it in your head, but your mouth just will not say it. Just keep trying. Just keep trying. Nezitzkis, Nezitzk Athis. Nezitzk Athis. All right. When I get back to the office, I will have the speakers say some of these things for us so we can remember how it's supposed to be pronounced. From a speaker's point of view, we may pronounce it, may be a little choppy, but that's okay. We're still trying to, we're still learning. We're still learning. Okay, so the right here, verb stem would be right here, the red. Person marker, ah. Oh, that needs to be changed. Person marker is it's. Okay, person markers, it's. I got it up here correctly, but I just don't have it here. So person is it's because we're talking about second person, which was you. Athes means will. And I need to change that because it needs the V in front of the, right here. It needs the V in front of the Athes. And then the S. S at the end of the sentence. Nezitzkathes. Nezitzkathes. I will buy. And you can put, I will buy dolozi, which is chicken. So what you would do is add dolozi right here in the front of this, in front of this blank right here. You would add dolozi nes it's gathis. Yeah. So like I said, it's a tongue twister, but you know how to write it, you know how to read it. Now we just to practice on how to say it. So dolozi nezitsk athis. I will buy chicken. All right. And you can put justagi. Nezitskathis. I will buy eggs. So that's how you start making simple sentences. And like I said, since I'm learning and I'm beginning, well, I'm not quite a beginner, but I know I have a lot of new people. That is a simple sentence. You can put in front of here, justagi, which is eggs. Nezitskathis. I will buy eggs. All right. So that's our template for second person. And let's see. Yeah. I did get to fill one out. So, like I said, today's been really, really a lot going on. So I got to fill one out so I can show you step by step. Okay. Kethada, to learn, to know. And this is step by step. Second person, kethada, right here. You just put your infinitive verb into whatever it is, to run, to eat, to sit. This one is to learn, to know. Kethada. You see it's got the ETV. You drop the ETV and there's your verb stem. Again, I heard people call it root, the root of the word, but verb stem, keth. And since right here, we're not doing first person, we're doing second person, that is irrelevant. So you just drop your verb stem down, keth, and then it's because we're talking about you, second person, kethitsk. Again, drop everything down, kethitskathis. And then I need to put the V right here, but that is the will. Kethitskathis, athi, and then S, kethitskaskis. All right, let's start all over. Keth, it's athis. It's athis. Woo! Oh, goodness gracious. I haven't practiced these in a while either. So that's cool. I mean, we're all learning. It's a good place. So here we go. Kethada, like kethada, keth, the verb stem. Second person, I need to change that because we're talking about it's. And then athi, I need to put that as well because we're talking about not first person, athi. Add your S, which is the period at the end of the sentence. And then if you have it, to me, this is a mouth challenging day for me. You can sit there and get it's a these. It's us. It's us. Whew. All right, I will learn. So that's kind of ironic right there. I will learn. Yes, my mouth will learn, my tongue will learn. But that's how we conjugate from ketera, to learn, to know, to you will learn. I'm sorry. This is just that should be you. You will learn. So the first one, if I wanted to do I will learn, then I would be ketera, and then it would be A for me right here, and then athis, ketha, athis, I will learn. That would be me. I will learn. So since you're going to learn, it's athis. You will learn. All right. I know for some reason my mouth is just not working together today. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? Shake your head, yeah. All right. I know that like I said, I'm still learning, and if you don't use this every day, your mouth, goes back to English. I've got 50 plus years of English, so trying to retrain my mouth and my tongue to speak something else is a little taxing at times, but just keep practicing. Like you see that, not everybody has it perfect. I'm on my language journey at a certain point. I hear Mvhayv Barnett, she has a little flub every now and then. I eventually want to get like they are, but I'm not quite there, but that's okay. All right. So you received your resource folder. Wife ordered the Muskogee dictionary for Amazon. Yes, tongue twister for sure. I just want to say, Mado, right now, like I said, just practice. And some of the things that help us to learn the Muskogee language is to write it down. So like I said, I had put it out here make it a little bit easier for you guys. Right here's the infinitives. Remember all the infinitive verbs that I'm using. You can see right here, it's got yahegida. That's the one we use today. And hojejida is to write. So let me go ahead and go over that again with you guys, how to pronounce them. And I will play the slideshow so you can hear it. We are trying, and sometimes, even though we practice, it just doesn't want to sound smooth. Like I know sometimes I'm practicing these and they don't sound smooth, and they start sounding good. And then once you're talking to somebody, you're like, blah, 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 blah. So, I understand what that means and how it feels. All right. Yahegida, to sing. Bohida, to hear. Opanyeda, to speak, to talk. Hojejida, to write. Ohonayeda, to read. Hagekida, to cry. Ayeda, to go about. Adotkida, to work.
Yahegida, Bohida, Abonayida, Hochejida, Ohonayida, Hagekida, Asida, Adotkida.
All right, so now how we're supposed to sound. And like I said, everybody does it. Everybody gets caught up, and their mouth just will not work right. If you have that problem, let me know. I'll tell you how I was able to overcome that. It's kind of funny. You kind of have to trick your mind into speaking Muskogee through English and English phonetics. It's just, for some reason, that's how I had to do it. You guys might be a little different, but if you have any problems, like I said, trying to speak Muskogee and you just cannot get it, just let me know, and I will go over how I was able to overcome all of that. All right. So infinitive verbs: litkida, to run; nojida, to sleep; legida, to sit; yagabida, to walk; walkida, to lie down; akopaneda, to play; opanyeda, to dance; daskida, to jump.
Litkida, Nojida, Laigida, Yagabida, Wakeda, Akobaneda, Obaneda, Daskeda.
All right. And let's go over our last one. Let's see if I can find, here it is. Like I said, I'm in the process of getting our new infinitive verbs. I had to go through the dictionary because these are the ones that I had learned in college. But, you know, you guys are so good and so fast. You guys caught up with me. So now I've got to find new infinitive verbs. And I'm trying to find the ones that are interesting to me that you don't hear all the time. Because you hear a lot of these a lot. And I want to find some that you don't hear all the time. And one of them was like to get a warrior's name or something like that. Something cool, you know, or spiritual. It was something spiritual. There was another one that was spiritual. I can't remember it. But I'm trying to do the words of the day for November as spiritual, more of things that you don't hear. And the first one for 1 November is Fikhithka, which means inner peace. Sometimes we all have to step away from our studies and just, you know, and just be not stressed, should I say? Because I know sometimes learning is stressful, and sometimes you look at it, I got it, and then your mouth won't say it. It goes blah, 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 blah. So that's cool. Fikhithka, inner peace. All right, so Muskogee infinitive verbs, huithida, to stand, ayida, to go, hayida, to make, nizida, to buy, hombida, again, my favorite word, hombida, to eat, iskida, to drink, hijida, to see, kethida, to learn to know. That's one of the ones I use today, is kethida. So these are the infinitive verbs. I know this is from the very first time we learned conjugation.
Huithida, Ayida, Hayida, Nisida, Hombida, Iskida, Hijida, Githida.
All right, so those are, like I said, the infinitive verbs that we're using, and I did put them in their own folder. So whenever you get any of the templates from any of the modules, you know where all the infinitive verbs are. So when I get the new one, I'll put that there as well as in module 5. All right, does anybody have any questions? I know we went through a lot today. I know it's like, woo. But Wednesday, I will have more conjugation, so you can just see. And the reason why I do repetition is because that's how we remember. Repetition, repetition, repetition. I know sometimes it gets a little boring, but, you know, I try to, you know, get our little song in there and try to make sure that we have what we need. And so you can understand where we're starting out is like humbida, and then you conjugate it to I will do something. All right, I will eat. All right, does anybody have any questions? All right, so if nobody has any questions, it looks like we are done for the day.